I'm Welda Paley.
And I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God is fabulous.
Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God is fabulous. What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God is fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank God it's fabulous. Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice? what you're going through
or what you have been through. Thank God it's fabulous. I'm Welda Paley.
and I'm Fasia Hilton.
Welcome.
Thank God it's fabulous.
Male nurses.
Patient comfort, values, and beliefs.
Thank God it's fabulous. What is cancer? What is your perception of cancer?
Well, today our guest will be sharing her story on living with cancer.
Thank God it's fabulous.
Friendship. What is a true friend? He's my friend. She's my friend. Can a male and a female be true friends?
What are the benefits of friendship? Are there true friends with benefits or not? How do you know somebody is a friend? What are the criteria? What are the requirements to have a friend?
Thank
God it's fabulous.
Well, today we are going to be talking about career choices.
Do you make career choices based on your habits, or things you love, or what's trending, or what would be your livelihood?
Is it going to be vocational or is it going to be higher education? What's your choice?
Good evening.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Thank God it's fabulous.
It's fabulous. It's another
Oh,
Friday.
Goodness, another Friday. And it doesn't matter what you've been going through.
Or what you have been through.
Thank God
Thank God it's fabulous.
it is.
Yes.
Oh,
It's a
so
beautiful day today.
it is. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
The sun in the sky is so nice and warm. I don't know
Very
where
beautiful.
you're watching us from. I don't know what your weather is like, but you want to be in Indiana right now.
Yep.
I don't normally say this about Indiana because the weather is bipolar, but it is.
Please, I beg you. Our weather is nice over here.
When you're thinking that, the next thing it changes on you. That's pure
So true.
bipolar. But we are so excited to be here today because before the beginning of time, when we came to know ourselves, the one thing that has been bothersome to men, well, a man is attempting to discuss it today.
Oh, yes.
What do women want?
What do we want from a man in a relationship?
What do we want? Ha. Right now, if you got your pen and paper, start writing for yourself. What do you think you want? And see today if our guest speaker can match. Because trust me, some of us really don't know what we want. I'm telling you the truth. We don't know what we want. And if we, who the people, don't know what the people want, how you think the other people can understand us? But I think it's pretty clear to our guest today that he's come to understand women and he's come to understand what they want. So we are all here with our pen and paper to see if he hit targets or he launched into space and look for Adam and see why Adam couldn't get with Eve the way he should have because he didn't know what she wanted. But today we're going to talk about it and the discussion is open. So if you got something that you want to talk about, hey, jump right in because I know somebody is not going to be saying something about me as a female and I know it ain't true and I'll be quiet. I'm going to be like, wait a minute. Maybe it's just me, but women, how do you feel about this? So we somebody not even waiting for me. She said she want a husband. Women want a husband. Well, that's a very good point. Because when God created us, he created us for a relationship. So yes, obviously we want the other half to be able to complement us so we can have the whole for what God has created us for. So I like that. Women want a husband. We'll see if our guest speaker can tell us that today. Because he is saying what a woman wants in a relationship. So I guess you got to find a man first before you become husband. So when you find that thing in the relationship, then you're going to the next level. But if you even got the man
Yes.
yet in a situation, we got to find the man and we build the relationship.
For
Based
some
on,
reason, the audio keeps going in and out.
oh, but I
I
still I
don't
can
know
hear
why.
you. I can still hear you. Okay.
Let me.
I know for a long time as a woman, I thought I knew what I wanted. And then I found out, well, I want that too, and that, and that. And of course, I want this. So then I realized, okay, sometimes somebody need to help me. Introduce it to me and let me see if I like it. That's what a woman wants. Tell her and see if she wants it or like it. Another woman will say, don't tell me, just do it. What if you don't like it? But today we're going to have this discussion. We're going to find out. Let our guest speaker tell us what we want. And you women out there, some of you really, 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 oh, Jesus, your business is hard. True to the word, sisters.
So true. Yes.
True to the word, sisters. I'm telling you, sometimes the recommendations or the criteria that we set is no joke. And sometimes you look at the criteria list and you know that man ain't born yet. And by the time he is born, you would have probably be in your hundreds. Because we just want so much. Sometimes we want little, but those little are folded, loaded. For
Very
a
loaded.
human who's not perfect. So then it become a little bit shaky. Like, what do I give or what do I do? Some women, of course, one thing I know we all like communication. A woman wants to be in the know. Because for us, gossip is our happy place. When we gossip, when we talk to each other, when we talk about things, it releases a hormone on the inside of us that makes us feel happy. We don't just gossip because we just want to gossip. No, please do not get it wrong. Gossiping become a problem when the thing you're spreading is a lie about
It's a lie, yeah.
Now you're looking for trouble. If you want to gossip, because that's what we do, talk about yourself. Talk about your relationship. Talk about you and your man. And make your friend jealous so she can talk about her and her man. And now everybody talking about their man. That's women talk. That's the thing that make us laugh and giggle. But when you start talking about your next door neighbor, your friend that was your friend and your friend no more, then it gets sour. Because you end up saying things you got no business saying. But we love it. So we like communication. And we like a man that can talk to us, keep us in the know, let us know what's going on. You know? But then the guy, someone who got very hard head, even though you discuss with us, we do what we want. Where does that man find himself?
I bet my head is not hot. I'm not in that picture.
I know some of them who's watching, they got hard head. We know them. You know, they do what they want to do, no matter what that man say. How many times have I not told you? Yeah, but you know.
I know. Yeah.
But then if he didn't discuss it, it would be he never said nothing to me. See how we can be? That's our agenda for you. If the way we want it, yeah, he's doing good. He's doing good. But if you doing what right, girl, we'd be the first to tell our friend, girl, I don't know what's wrong with him, but he better get his act together. And the person who telling the other person to get the act together, they're acting right yet, but they want to fix somebody else's act.
That's it.
Yeah, because now we are the girls. We are the girls, you know. And you see, I love God. God was so smart. He said, let's put these men to sleep. Because if we let them be awake, it's going to be a situation up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Let them sleep. And they slept. while we were created in the image of God from the rib of a man. So sometimes they're looking on the left, they're looking on the right. And I know on one side they took that rib from, but men be looking all over their ribs. They count every one of them in a woman. She was not rib number 1. I'm going to look for rib number 2 and rib number 3 and rib number 4. And they keep looking. But at the end of the day, we're looking for that companionship to fulfill us. We don't know what our world has come to anymore, but that was the initial plan and design. We will come together with a man and become one and carry on the order of God to procreate his earth and to be a helpmate unto the man. But something happened along the way. You know, Adam was always so busy. He didn't understand what a woman wants until he gave into some kind of program, and then she went on her own program, and today sin came into the world. But nevertheless, we're still finding our way back. So if today is clear and defined that Brother Dan can tell us he know what we want and we agree this is what we want, every man who's going to come in contact with this video should have no problem, because some of them don't even listen. They'll watch the video and say, okay, that's what she want, and do the otherwise of what he would say the men want, the women want. But we're going to find out.
Oh, yes. Today is going to be a loaded show.
Yeah.
Brother Dan, let me just set the premise. Brother Dan is he's a spiritual mentor of mine.
Okay.
He's a man of God. He's a Liberian, and he's a powerful, anointed man of God. And what I love about him is he doesn't cut corners. He says it as it is, as the way it is supposed to be. There is no gray area. It's either black or it is white.
Ooh, I like it.
So a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, he did a podcast on this particular topic, and it was so powerful that I spoke with you and said we should bring him on to reload this topic, and hence here we are.
Yep.
So please share the broadcast and invite folks.
Yeah, and I personally am really excited because folks have been asking me, are we going to do what a man wants now that we're doing what a woman wants? But we need a woman who thinks she knows. I mean, in order to know, you have to have known to be able to tell us. So if you are that woman and you're out there and you know what a man wants, we would like to bring you on too, so you can help.
Feel free to contact
other
us.
women to understand. Because I'm telling you, at the end of the day, we all want to be happy.
That's
and
it.
It seems we're all looking in the same direction, but can't find what we're looking for. And if somebody has the key that can open a lock, share. So we'll all use that key and open some locks around here. So at least we all be happy, So with no further ado, Brother Dan is in studio, so I will go ahead and bring him up. And then you get set, you get ready with your pen, because we're going to flow. He's going to enlighten our understanding.
Oh, yes.
Last stop, you say you want a husband? Well, let's find out first what the men know that the women want, and then you will see if it's on your page, and then we can go from there. All right. So, Brother Dan, welcome to studio. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for the invite. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for the invitation. Am I clear enough? Can you hear me?
Crystal clear. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for the invitation. Thank you.
So, Brother Dan, please introduce yourself to our audience.
Well, I'm Brother Dan. My real name is Daniel Bass. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a preacher. The founder of All Nation House of Worship Ministry in Detroit, Michigan. And I love Jesus.
Amen.
Thank you so much for that.
Yes,
Brother
ma'am.
Dan, you have touched a topic that before the beginning of time, men have wondered, men have struggled to find us what it is that women want.
Mm.
Half the time, well, seven know what we want, but we know we want something. So,
Mhm.
my first question to you before you go into that, how did you come by this experience?
This experience was the failures in my life, okay? Because earlier in my life, nobody ever sat me down to truly teach me about relationship. Everything I learned from seeing my parents. When you grow up in a Muslim home, because I have a Muslim background. My father was very strict, amazing husband. There's so many things I learned. I was living with five aunties. I grew up around people, but I find out when I moved to America at age 23, every relationship I got in, I was missing it. I was truly missing it. That it was dead end. It was going back and forth, back and forth. So a few years back, 11 years back, I decided and made up my mind that I would truly sit down and do well with me and understand what women really, really want. Because I find that I didn't just want the regular, just girlfriend, and there we have done that. So I felt like the hand of God was on my life, and I want something specific. So I began to work on myself. I began to work on myself and truly understand the language of women, because there are a lot of men who don't understand the language of women. We think we truly know women until you find out the woman you are truly preparing for is not the woman God gonna give you.
Aha. Mm,
So
that's deep.
so I sat down and began to go to work, and that's how it came about.
Wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. And you said something that really caught me. You said you took your time
Hmm.
to go back to yourself, because
Hmm.
after doing it over and over and seeing that the one you're preparing for may not be the one that God is going to give you, that is powerful.
Hmm.
That is powerful, because a lot of times we don't know the plan of God.
Yeah. Yeah.
And instead of to get online with him or on page with him, sometimes we go ahead of him and then we say, come along. So
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
a real powerful point. So now
Yeah.
that you went through this,
Uh-huh.
share your experience with us. What do you want?
Wow, that's a broad question. Like I said, to narrow down the answer,
Mm,
it start from what you truly know about you as a man.
okay.
Okay, a lot of men want women to be this, be that, be that, but what do you know about you? So that to answer those questions, it's about time we men sit down and truly begin to know ourselves. If you know yourself, there's a high possibility the life can reciprocate, or life can invest in you that which you truly wanted. And I honestly believe every good woman out there, there are a lot of good women out there, but most of the time I find out, I heard a great speaker say something. Most men, their peak meters are off. Sometimes it's the family they were born in, sometimes it's their religious background, sometimes it's peer pressure, sometimes it's the experience in life, and sometimes it's just the environment they grew up in and began to dictate to them. So most of the time, they don't really go to work to truly find out. A lot of men say, just get into it. When you will grow to like her, you will grow to understand her. And most of the time, we get into a relationship after 5, 7, 10 years, after 2, 3 kids, we find out that's not really the woman we want, and we begin to look other where to find her. So I had to truly sit down and narrow down certain things that I truly know the woman want before I get involved with her. And number one is very amazing, and you this is one of the major problems in a lot of relationships. Every woman needs you to listen.
Point number one.
Every good woman, there are women who have worked on themselves. There are women who are invested in themselves. I'm not talking about little girls. I'm talking about women. I'm talking about women. There is a girlfriend, there is a wife material. There are women who are invested in themselves. There are women who have the multiplication factor. You know, I listened to a preacher called John Gray. There's a factor, a woman called the exponential factor, that she's able to multiply everything you bring to her. So at the end of the day, if men, we can just listen. Being a preacher, being an apostle, being a prophet, being a born again, being a man as a whole, if we can just be able to listen, there's a high possibility we'll understand a woman, because women are very complex. You know, a lot of people just think, oh, she's just a woman. Women think the same way. There are women who are programmed differently. It takes time to understand your woman. There are so many men who are trying to know every woman, trying to study every woman. But I always tell men, I always pray for men that you get to the place where you understand your woman. Understand your woman well. Understand the woman who you truly want to be with. Understand the woman who you truly want to settle with. It will do well for you. Number one is the listening factor. A lot of men don't listen. Because I come to find out most women don't want you to fix them. They just want you to listen.
That's deep.
Yes, most women just want you to listen, you know. And amazing that when I met my wife almost 3 years, and we had a simple talk, because I had worked on myself, and we had a simple talk. Amazing that we didn't take too long talking. We didn't date for so long, and we ended up getting married because I knew me. I knew exactly what I want, and immediately I answered all these questions. It was easy to know if I want to be married to her or don't want to be married to her. The ability to listen, because when you listen to women, there are certain things they tell you, and you take it serious, it will truly help you. There are a lot of men who come into conclusion that, oh, I was raised by my mom, I'm a man, I do this, especially African men. This narrative of African men, we don't get to the place where we try to unlearn and relearn some things when it comes to relationship and the mind of women. The ability to listen. If you can listen to a woman, just listen to what she says. Sometimes the grace to listen was one of the things that was weakened in. I didn't have the ability to listen.
Okay.
Mm.
Wow. Jesus.
That's deep.
This is deep. So
Very
you're
deep.
saying that men, before you even start to look for the woman, deal with yourself, understand
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And when you've come to understand yourself and you know yourself, when you start your search for the woman,
It's
listen.
easy. Yeah.
Yes,
It's
because
easy.
if you don't know who you are, how can you take care of someone else?
Yes. You know, there are a lot of men who don't know, you know, like if you put like a metal, you know, like the magnet, if a magnet go over wood, it won't catch it. But even immediately a magnet go over other metal, it will begin to pick it up. And a lot of men are not magnet. And number two, a woman want a man with clear vision.
There's another one.
Clear vision. You must be able to see well. You must be able to know you. There are a lot of men who don't know themselves. There are a lot of men who don't take time, spend time with themselves. There are a lot of men who don't invest in themselves. There are a lot of men who don't understand their dreams, their passion. There are a lot of men who are waiting. When I get married, when I start having family, I always tell men, enjoy the journey. You have to enjoy the journey. Spend time with you, understand you. I always say this to couples all the time, single people all the time. It is okay to be lonely. You don't have to invite anyone into your life if you are not ready to deal with them. I always say this on my live session. I tell people it is witchcraft coming to someone's life that you truly know you don't want to be with them.
It is witchcraft. Oh
Yeah.
Yes.
Woo-wee.
Because
It is witchcraft.
you're wasting the person's time.
It is witchcraft.
That was a good hit.
Yeah.
And
I always
it is
tell
true.
men
It
that
is witchcraft.
it is relation on you. If you understand what you are truly good at and spend enough time with, there's a high possibility you don't have time to waste. Over the years, while I was dating, I didn't have time to waste. I was quick to tell a woman, if you don't get this right, I will leave you. And they'll be playing. And the next thing you know, I will leave them because I already know who I am. I took time to work on myself. I don't have time to play with girls. And I'll tell you, work on this. You can't talk to me like that. You can't sound like that to me. And a lot of people think when you say that, you are too controlling. When a man understands his passion, his vision, his gift, where he at in life, there's a high possibility he's not there to play.
Yep.
So every woman that come into a man's life who got their priorities in order, it's not flawlessness, but a woman want to know that you got some things into order. A woman want to come and meet you somewhere. That's what the Bible talk about, or help meet. She's not coming to fix you. She want to meet you somewhere. Do you have a dream? Do you have a vision? Do you have a career? Do you have something that you are passionate about? When I met my wife, one thing my wife always remind me, sometimes I want to give up on preaching because, Liberians, the pressure, the give. I tell you know what? I'm a steel worker. I work full time. I make good money. I said, let me just focus on that. And my wife will always remind me, I didn't come in your life because you're a steel worker, you make good money. I came in your life because there's a hand of God upon you.
Amen.
Yep. That can shake you back into your seat and say, all right.
Yeah.
So everybody got quiet.
I better know who I am. Sure. Yep. And you said it so simply, but it's just so right.
I think I lost everybody.
We got you.
We got you. We got you.
You can hear us?
We can hear you.
I'm waiting to see. I think I lost you.
No, you're good.
We can see you.
We can see you.
Hear you.
I mean, so far, everything he has said is to the point. We want someone that can listen. We want a man that can listen. Because I'm speaking from my personal experience. There are times that I will ask a question. I just want to see what answer you have for me. I already know the answer. I just want to know I just want to know what you're going to say. Or what answer do you have?
And
so you have to know who you are.
Yes.
If you're going to bring another person into your space.
And he was very clear. He said, I'm not talking about girls.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm talking about women.
So if that is right, then go to the next one. I just want to make sure because I thought I missed you for me.
No, we can hear you.
Okay.
We're ready for the next one.
You said ready for the next one. What the next one is, every woman want a good communicator. Somebody, not just good talking. Every woman want to know. Every woman not expecting you to be perfect, but she want to know. Every good woman want you to feel her in. The problem about a lot of women that they sometimes they get frustrated is the ability to be guessing everything around activity. Their life is so meticulous to the place where that they even need to install app on their phone to track what they're doing. Every woman needs to be filled in. If you are going to the restaurant, I need to know. If you are going to hang out with your boys, I need to know. Every woman needs a man who can talk to them about their dreams, their vision. One thing I find out, there are women who are truly good to take men to the next level.
Yes, so true.
There are women who are extremely gifted. There are women who are naturally gifted. They have grace. They have understanding upon them. They sat down for a while and work on themselves. And when you come into their life, instantly your life will go up. So she want to know that you need to talk to her. Talk to her about your dreams. Talk to her about your vision. Talk to her about what scares you. Sometimes I will tell my wife, it's not really me, I have the spirit of fear. But sometimes I'm afraid I don't want to mess this marriage up because all the men in my background I face, all the men in my background I have well-lacked family, well-lacked extracurricular activities. But I will pray sometimes, I will fast sometimes, and I will tell my wife, I'm just fasting so I don't mess this marriage up.
That is nice. That is nice.
Powerful.
Wow.
A woman need a good communicator. The woman don't need to be guessing. Are you okay? There are women who know how to live burden. The Bible
Yeah.
talk about the kind and gentle spirit of women. There are women who have grace that can lift burden off you if you can only talk. You are walking around, you are carrying the weight of the world. Your job is stressing you, the mortgage is stressing you, the bills are stressing you, and the woman just smiling. The reason why I come to find out, and there are doctors here, some of you in the medical field, you find out women live longer than men because women talk.
Yes.
Women talk. Men may say they're just nagging, but the more you talk, the more your life extends. A lot of men internalize things. So over the years, I have learned to talk. This is my dream. This is my vision. Before I started, I have a business. I have a t-shirt business. I do hoodies. One day I just came to my wife. I said, I woke up with this dream. You know, we're about to start a ministry, and I find out every ministry, at least the average ministry spend at least 12,000 a year working on t-shirt and hoodies. So I told my wife, let us start this company early. So when I jump into ministry, we own the brand. We can do t-shirt. And I explained everything to her. And she began to ask me some questions, and I narrowed it down. And now today we have All Nation brand.
Hmm.
Because you know you want a partner that sees your vision
Yeah.
and
Yes.
can help you
Yes.
run with it.
Yeah. We need to come to the place where we learn how to drop seeds, because if a woman have a womb, the womb is not only there for babies. I always tell men, women don't just have womb for babies. They are carrying favor factor upon them. There is a grace upon them. The woman can carry a lot of things that you don't know what she's carrying. So just dropping nuggets, dropping seeds, dropping idea, dropping wisdom, dropping revelation, just speaking to her, talking to her, driving around town. I would take my wife, we'll take trip. We would drive on the highway, we'll stop to some places. I will show her lot. I will show her stores. Sometimes we'll go into some stores. I will see some ideas about t-shirts, and I will tell my wife, I want to do this. You'll say, okay, let's do this. You know, I take my wife because I tried in clear picture. I need to see. I need to touch. That's why God has placed the prophetic on me, until I can see clearly, until I can touch, until I can truly feel it and taste some things. There's a high possibility I don't believe in it.
Wow.
Powerful. Powerful.
You
Yeah.
on the road. Don't even stop now, because this is loaded.
I don't know what number I am right now. A woman needs to know that her heart is safe.
Hey. You're number 4.
There are so many boys running around here, even in the church. They are 56, 64. They are running around here. They are touching everything and laying up with everything. You got to bear with me on this one. We have to fix this. If we can fix this discussion, there's a high possibility we won't spend enough time in church lying to people and eating their money and say demons and principalities in your bloodline. There are men who need to be responsible and take responsibility. When a woman comes into your life, I'm not saying a girl, I'm talking about wife material. She comes into your life, she want to know that her heart is safe. I always tell men, a woman is not in competition with your mother. A woman is not in competition with your sisters, your family member. There is a wide role she want to play in your life. And when she comes, she's not coming to be checking your phone at 2:00 in the morning. She on social media, some little girl testing her, oh, I have a child for your husband. Or, you know, your husband is... Women, grown women don't have time for that. So until that you truly want a woman, a wife in your life, you want to know her heart is safe. A lot of women thrive in safety. No woman want to be driving and looking over her shoulder. She come in the room, y'all go for an event or meeting, and she already starts sensing the energy, starts sensing the negativity. People are throwing his at her because of the thing you said. There are grown men who talk about their wife, talk about their spouse, talk down about them. By the time she show up at the grocery store, she show up at an event, everybody is looking down on them. My prayer that men will grow up. There are so many men who talk in the public. We live in a generation, there are grown men who talk too much. Sometimes you just need the wisdom to be quiet.
Quiet, listen, and communicate. Not
Yes.
talk nonsense.
Yeah, just talking. There are men, immediately something happened, they come on social media. These women, they having argument. You grown men will be on social media, they're having camera. Oh, she kicking me as a kid. There are some things we discuss in our home. God opened my eye one time when I got married to my wife. The Lord began to open my eyes something. He said, the day you make mistakes to complain about your wife to her family, you're a boy. No matter what we do in this house, there's some things you can discuss with the wife family, but the wife family is depending on you. They secure that daughter into your hand. They don't want to be hearing, oh, your daughter not this, your daughter not this, she's not there, she's not there. No parent want to listen to them. So you as a man, when you come into a woman's life, you should be able to handle certain burden. There are certain safety nets you need to secure around your wife, around the woman you truly want to be with. When we go around our in-law, I don't have to explain much. They see it on their daughter. Their daughter is happy.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I've never traveled to my in-law. They ask me, oh, how is your marriage? How is this? Immediately my wife walk inside, they already know. The presence alone they see upon her. Every time they talk to her, they know. They can sense it. You know, parents, you can't hide things from parents. Women need to thrive in safety. Women need to be secure. The reason why a lot of women can't invest in a relationship and marriage because they're not truly sure if this man gonna stay or if this man in it for me. Earlier today, last night, I've been at work since yesterday. I went to work at 10:40. I got up at 3 p.m. today. So I opened my locker and my wife's picture is right in my locker, and I took a picture and I sent it to her. And immediately she called me, she started smiling. She said, I didn't know I was that important. I just smiled. Women need to know. She know.
Yes.
But they need to be reminded all the time. Even though I'm working 16 hours, I'm here. This job is not important than you. That is just the next level to secure our family for now. They need to know.
Yes. Yep.
Women need to know.
That is so powerful when you said, the family, when the family sees you, they will know. They don't have to ask you.
No,
they will
don't.
know because it reflects on you.
Yeah.
When you have a healthy relationship, you have a happy relationship, that glow is on you, and your family can see that. Your friends can see that.
Yeah. My wife family never asked me. Even my mom never asked me. We go visit our parents. They don't ask me how your marriage. They don't ask me all that. They don't really ask me. Immediately walk in, they already know these people are too happy. Because we just dropped the kids. I said, hey, let's go catch dinner. That grandma and grandpa, let's take care of the kids. Let's go do something real quick. They already know. Most women want you to be gentle with them.
Oh.
There are so many men who don't know how to be gentle, especially African men. And some of them, they are educated.
Repeat that, please, brother.
Especially African men. Especially African men. Especially anointed and gifted men. Especially men who are in power, in high-ranking authority. Women want you to be gentle with them. There are so many men who know how to treat all those little girls, what they call it, side chicks, well. But they don't know how to treat the woman they want to be with, the wife they want to be with. I told my wife, I want to make you so expensive to the place where no boy can ask for your number.
Woo! That's the point.
I'm serious. My wife is listening.
That is the point.
Well, if you see my wife, Pandora, on a race, you already know you can't play around her. My wife, she went to the store recently and somebody saw, just look at it and say, I can't even ask for your number. You're too expensive. Because I said, I want to make it so expensive that nobody play around you. Women want you to be gentle with them. Women want you to speak to them, talk to them. I remember I came to America when I was 23 and I grew up on the South Side. Usually on the South Side is rough. And early in my life, before the Lord really put his hand on me, there are so many things I did early in my life. And the women I came around were rough edges, you know. Sometimes we have to chase them, we have to, you know, it was crazy. So when I met my wife, even though I wasn't, I don't hate a woman. I've never hated a woman before, but my voice was just too strong. The way I talk. And one day my wife told me, she said, I don't know where you came from. You're a man of God. It's not a man of God voice, this. And this is the problem about a lot of women. You don't know how to communicate your feelings. You don't know how to tell these men to act right. That's, you know, one thing I've learned, what you give men is what we take.
So true.
Women, you're turning around to your small.
What you give men is what you take. If you let us slap you, we'll always slap you. If you let us cheat on you, we'll always cheat on you. When I met my wife told me right away, my wife said, you're a man of God. I'll follow you for a while. I don't want to be your girlfriend. I said, who told you I want you to be my girlfriend? I want you to be my wife.
Then do
I already had a mindset.
Yeah.
Be able to communicate your value. There is something you have that a lot of men want, but you won't know. More than just being intimate with you, more than just you carrying their children, there is a grace, there's a favor factor, there is something in your destiny that we see but we'll never tell you.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of women wonder why men walk away from it, because we know there's something about you not really right. You know, I always tell women this when I'm talking about relationship. Every groom man who have put themselves together, it only take few hours. We already know if we want to be with you. I know there's some people who wrote both for 30 days, 90 days rule, 180 days rule. That thing is just to drag it to give you a chance to adjust. The moment we talk to you, the moment we see, we know if we want to be with you or not, especially a man who are working on himself. Women want you to be gentle. Even though you know, one thing I find out, no woman who work put money in the bank to save for wedding. I haven't seen a woman who say, oh, I'm getting this career, I'm going to save, you know, I'm putting the money in the bank, I'm going to sponsor my own wedding. No woman want to do that. Every woman want to work, spend it on the children, and spend some more on her, buy purses and heels, and take herself out. No woman coming in your life and say, you know what? Woman will meet you somewhere. When you get together, the relationship is like women are always willing to open their hand, open their heart. I always tell men, when you find a woman you truly love, invest enough in her. If she can't reciprocate it, leave her alone. She's not the right person.
Yep. So true.
Invest enough.
That is so true.
Be gentle with her. Talk to her. Sometimes it's not every day I'm walking around speaking in tongues in the house. We lay the children to sleep. I and my wife will be sitting down, the phone is down, we're talking meaningful conversation. Men don't know how to be gentle. You are too nice to everybody out there, but the woman who take your burden, the woman who listen to your nagging, the woman who take care of your emotional side, even when childbirth comes, we don't even know how to talk to them.
But then you hitting targets.
I mean, yes.
Another thing, every grown woman need a man who understand how to deal with pressure.
Yeah.
There are so many men that give in quickly. There are so many men that throw in the towel quickly. There are so many men, you come from work, that job, I'm about to leave that. No grown woman want to listen to that. Every day you come, my boss, they're getting my nerve. I need to find another job. No woman come into your life, plan her life to have kids, to her career. He said, then every 6 months you changing job. Every 1 year you changing. No woman want that.
No.
No woman want that. I have been in this country for 17 years. I've had only one job. One. And so that people say, "Oh, you're lucky." It's nothing about lucky. There are men who just think everything is just made up and ready. What is the word? You can't eat your cake and have it. There is nothing on the plate for you. You have to work at it. You have to develop skills. You have to develop character. You have to build up yourself. There is a woman out there who is watching you right now, my brother, who truly want to be with you. The only reason why she's not speaking because you haven't put yourself together.
Yep.
So true.
Pull yourself together. Oh.
Mm. Yes.
I don't know what number. Every woman want a secure man.
That's number 7.
There are so many insecure men out there. The woman is making 120,000, you're making 60,000. Then, I think this thing is not working. I need to go get a second job. You are joking. It's your wife. It's the woman you want to be with. I'm not in competition, my wife. My wife making good money. God bless her. Now I'm ready to speak into her life. Now I'm ready to say, this money is here. We can post on investment fund. This money here, we can post on, the ministry is about to start. I'll start giving her clues and ideas. Start pointing out the right way how to build up that money. Because it's not the hours you put in at your work that make you financially free. It's the passion, the dreams, the vision that you go about, the gift, the calling upon your life that God has truly placed on you.
Yep.
There are so many insecure men out there. A woman make good money. I'm coming here for it. All those negative thoughts. Sometimes you just need to clear it out.
Yep.
Be secure in yourself. Your wife bought a Range Rover today. You are going now. You are looking for every credit place. You are even contacting. You are even contacting your exes, your ex lover, your ex baby mama, so they can consign so you can get a Range Rover too. There are families who live like they're in competition.
Wow.
Your wife said, "I think I got 50,000 account. 50,000 account. I ain't even know about it. We live together. You just ask me."
Oh my.
A woman want a man who is very secure in himself.
Yeah.
Secure in yourself. Secure with the thing you do. Start from little. There are men who don't know how to start from little. I didn't grow up sounding like this. I tell a lot of people I was born with speech impediment. I can't even speak 2 meanings word. But as time went by, I started working on myself. I started developing myself. Sometimes when people look at me and say, "Brother, you got PhD or master degree," I just look at it and smile. I say, I only work on myself. The degrees are coming.
Yeah.
Secure men. Secure in yourself. There are a lot of insecure men. So they want to wear the expensive thing. They want to splurge. So they look very secure. Those things, those outward things on you don't make you secure. What makes you secure if you are chasing your goal, you are chasing your passion, you are visionary, you handle down your home. Women want a man to be secure in himself. And let me say this. A lot of people think when I say this, from the day I married my wife, we have never discussed bills. Never. I don't know other people how to do it in their marriage. Me, I was born in the 80s. We have never discussed bills in this house. I don't tell my wife, "Oh, you bring 50%, I will bring 50, or you bring 40, I will bring 40. I let her know which bills I do, which one I have paid, which one is not paid yet. She's aware.
Yeah.
Be
The
secure
man is
in
the head
yourself.
of the home. Yes.
Yeah, be secure in yourself. What my wife make is extra. When rainy season come, when the emergency, then we know how to hang it. Be secure in yourself. There are a lot of men invest time. A woman want you to invest enough time. The problem of us, earlier in my marriage, I was doing too much for people. A church coming right now, 1,000 there. One preacher coming right now, 2,000 here. Somebody in the studio to read it. Oh, okay, I will buy the t-shirt, 500 here. And I came to the place where I was investing in so many people to the place where they don't even have my interest. So I sat down and started telling people no and invest in my wife. Whatever my wife wants, I get it. Few days ago, I was just telling my mom will be listening right now. I was just saying my mom last month. I said, Mom, you are married now. I think you are okay now. I told my mom, I said, you are okay now. There are certain things I can't do anymore. There are certain things about you I've taken care of. You don't have to worry about for your lifetime. They are on my credit card. They are on my account. You don't have to. But this monthly allowance I say it's not gonna happen anymore. You have a man now. Being secure. I think I said a lot.
Right now, the men are tying little knot guns and they want to come and hit, but they can't
They
hit.
want to catch it, or the men they get it.
How is that gonna be dissing all like this? So, but it's good because, hey, if they're listening, they will benefit. But as we already complained, they don't listen. So I don't know.
all the men, yeah, the men. But yeah, we know because if we can solve these problems, if we can speak about this thing, if we can talk about this thing, then we'll do well. We'll do well with our life. We'll do well with marriages. You look, just check the statistics about Christian marriages right now. Even the people in Hollywood are not divorcing. Christian marriages, we sit down, we talk, sometimes we take bottle of oil, we do delivering, we tell people, say, hey, your grandpa won't spoil your marriage. Sometimes it's just character building. Yeah. Sometimes it's the time to just invest in yourself. Sometimes it's just to sit down with yourself. I tell single people all the time, you are not in a rush. God is not in a rush with you. Sit down. Sit down with you. Take yourself on a date. Get to understand. You know the language of men. Know the language of women. There is a specific language. I always tell people, you can't really be ready, but there is a guideline to be truly ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a guideline to be truly ready. There are guidelines. There are certain guidelines you can follow. There are certain biblical guidelines you can follow. No woman want to come in a man's life who is just figuring his life. I always say it's witchcraft. You don't even know you keep your job or you're not keeping your job. Then you say, oh, the Lord told me, oh, I just feel I need to marry you. Sometimes you women, you need to tell these men and go put your life together.
Tell the girl who spoke to you to contact me.
Yeah. Go put your life together first before you come talk to me. You not even know, oh, I'm between this job. I don't really know. Oh, just, then it's speaking series. No, it's not about series time. When I met my wife, I was very open to my wife. I said, I came out of a relationship that was bad. And I can tell you now with the grace of God upon me, I don't trust women. But if you can make me truly trust you, there's nowhere I can go with you. I told my wife point blank, I said, I came out of a bad relationship. Again and again, I don't trust women. But I truly believe there's something about you that can change that trajectory. And if you change it, there's nowhere I can go for it. There's no demon we can chase. There's no prayer we can pray. I say you don't even have to fast. Go to bed. I will fast for you until the demon run away.
Jesus.
That's so sweet.
I'm serious. I'm not just making up. My wife is listening.
Real talk. Yeah.
She knows that. There is no problem my wife tell me about. Sometimes my wife gets scared. I said, who need to die? Who need to cancel? Who need to talk to? Because I don't have time to play. There are a lot of grown men who play with their marriage, especially Christian men. We play too much with our marriages.
Yeah, knowing that the enemy is after it.
Yeah, some high school sweetheart inboxing you 2:00 in the morning, your wife laying down what you should be by her, or studying or reading something, or being at work, you are testing. Someone say, oh, baby, I need $50. Sending, I find out these little girls will get in your inbox and they'll be sending, oh, help me. The next thing you know, they'll make it a party and you become sugar daddy to them. So that thing, I cut it off. If you are my ex in high school, I'm not in high school. I'm 41. I'm married with children.
Yep.
I'm not your high school sweetheart anymore. I'm a man of God. The grace of God is. I'm very direct with people. I don't have time to be playing with you. I don't need second wife.
I've tried and understood the one I'm working with. I don't need.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work on I don't even understand my wife like that. I'm still trying to. Then you want to bring another bread, another spending. When we say these things, a lot of people say we're just putting up a show. You can see it in my life. If I tell man, you look in my eye, I'm not playing. You know you're not playing. I always tell men, make your wife so secure. Invest in her. Change her language. Change her atmosphere. You know, when I met my wife had this, you know, and not fear, but this man of God and like, bro, pastor, then this, that. I said, you don't have to worry. This one have work on himself. I told my wife, I said, I work on myself. Oh, those things, those pastor them do around bouncing around little girls, that's not me. I have done my part. I know what I want. I know what I want. And the amazing thing about it, I married somebody I'm attracted to.
As a package
So it make it very easy.
Yeah.
It's very easy. Women need to know that you are truly attracted to her, not just compatibility. You know, she walk in the room, let her get your attention. There is a factor of a woman that we men need to catch. When you dive really in a woman's dream, when you dive in her heart, you dive in her mind, you are clinging to her, you are glued to her. When we're walking in the mall, people know that's my wife. Even when I forget my ring, African men don't wear that ring. I love to wear my ring. Even when we're walking in sense, you don't even have to ask, is this your husband? The way we walk, people know. Since we got married, my wife had never pumped her gas. My wife don't even know how to pump gas. That's the least thing I'm listing. I remember one time I came from where she was very tired. She went to the gas station. She turned around, she said, and she came back. She said, I was waiting for you to wake up because I was trying to figure out how to pump this gas. And people say, oh, she's spoiled. She's not independent. This. There are some women who their parents are work on them. And when they come into your life, you should continue that. A lot of men don't know there's something God has placed on women that can extend your life.
Yes.
I was telling my people a few days ago, when I married my wife, my income increased 126% in 3 years. It's not because I'm just showing and telling people no, because the way I treat her, the way I treat her, the way I speak to her, there are some things I'm still learning. I can't sit on live and say I'm a perfect person, but there are some things I know that I know I do well. Let me hold
But
my
then
peace.
some people making, you know, that thing back home where you put the paper inside the rubber band, you put it between your finger, you sting it.
They're sending it at me.
I'm slinging at you right now.
Oh my God.
But is that something I'm making my wife family watching? She got her best friend there watching, so it's something I'm making on your comment. My wife family are watching right now.
But this is so nice, you know.
This is yes.
So just hear it come, and you know, you're not even choosing big words. You're choosing
No.
the simplest
Oh,
words, and you laying it
Oh, yeah.
out. Nobody
Yeah.
here will say they understand English. The man was speaking BB book. No, the small words then are the one we're using today.
Yeah, it's because it's natural. There are certain things about you when they come natural. You're not coming to start quoting Bible scripture. Is when it's natural, it's natural. There's some things you can't fake. If it's not part of your life, work on it. There's some things you can't fake. There are some people who start quoting scripture and saying this. Oh, I saw this vision. No, if it's part of you, it's part of you. I don't have to look at list, and there are things I know. There are things I know. It's not handing down revelation. There are things I know I place in my life.
Yes.
I know that.
And it's working.
And when I'm talking to people, the people be like, how old are you again? They say, oh, you sound like a 60-year-old man. No, I have take time to work on myself, because at the end of the day, I find out until you have been rejected, until you have been talked down, until you have lost some things, until people have told you that you are the black sheep, nothing good will come out of you. You will never take some things serious in your life.
So true.
I had to lose some things in my early age. My heart had to be broken again. I had to shed some tears again and again. I had to lose meaningful relationships. I had to lose money. I had to go days without having things in my name. I had to come to the place where I hit rock bottom, to the place where I was sleeping in my car. So I sat down. And I said, God, where are we going?
Yep. What's the plan, Papa God? I don't want to be on the opposite side of your plan.
Yeah.
Woo! Brother Dan, you are just hitting targets.
You know,
But again, number 7, you said every woman wants a secure man. And with that, if a man is secure in himself, he's able to be vulnerable. He's able to show his emotions.
Yeah. A lot of men are too locked up. Listen to me. The day you find out that your woman want to do well, you will open up. There are women who truly want to do well with you. There are women who truly want to do well with you. But a lot of men don't know how to open. And sometimes, let me say this, and I'm not going to be nice about this. Some women have destroyed men to the place where they can't open up. But you can believe again. You can trust again. It came a point in my life, I trusted no woman. Immediately you open your mind, I saw the spirit in you. Immediately you start talking to me, I see the demon working in you. Because God has given me prophetic vision. So it was easy to know, but I had to go through that place where I understand. But when you open up to a woman, there is no thing she can't open her hands to. That place right there, that's the place where a lot of men need to sit with God. No one. People say, oh, talk to a counselor. God bless them. We bless God for the people who went to school and they are doing well. But at the end of the day, it takes the special grace of the Holy Spirit to work on you as a man for your heart to be open.
So true.
So true. Yes.
I know how to be vulnerable with my wife. Before I came online here, my nerves were all over the place. I thought I knew what to say until 2 minutes when you sent me I'm serious. My nerves were all over the place. But I have a stabilizer at home. It's my wife.
Woo!
I walk outside to my wife. I say, I'm nervous. She said, never for what? You do this thing all the time. I say, I don't know why. It's another show I'm on. And I hug her from the back and she lay her head on me. That nerve left instantly.
So you got this, baby. You got this, baby.
He said, I have a stabilizer, and that stabilizer is my wife. That is deep. That is deep.
There's some things women can teach you will never know. When I first started ministering, when I travel, I would be scared to move in deliverance or prophesy because you know what Liberian would say. And my wife said, if that's what you depend on, you will never do well in ministry. My wife had to help me with that. There's some things that women can help you. There are women have something in there you will never know until you open up. You will never know until you invest in them. Every now and then, when I travel or when I get a bonus, I share with my wife. There is nothing I have my wife done. There are men who their life is top notch. FBI security lock is on it. You need 10 passwords to open their phone. They have extracurricular activity. They have 10 bank accounts. Their credit card, the main credit card that have 50,000 is under the mattress. Women have to look to the place where they get frustrated. I'm not like that. I don't even like to look for things. So everything is on the decks. Everything is on the decks. There is no password. I told my wife, because I contract for the government, I told my wife, I give my wife my security code. I say, when the phone ring, if you don't see me for this, when the phone ring, they will ask you for this access code. Just give it. You will know where I'm at. They will bring you there. There are a lot of men who just locked up their life. And you find out why the woman can flourish in the home.
Yep.
There are some men who marry women, the women are strangers in the home. Oh, what is it for? I don't know. That man, when that man can't dinner, you have to wait.
Yeah.
There's no decision my wife can make behind me.
They have some men like that.
There's no decision my wife can make behind me. She have She have the authority to do it behind me. I said certain things you have to check with me. There's no decision. There's nothing you come to my house and tell my wife she don't know what to say, because I have opened up to her. I told her, I said, this is your home. This is your house. Treat it like your house. I don't have to be there for you to operate. You don't have to be tipping toe in the home. This is your home. I relinquish power to you. This is your home. This is not a house again. This is a home.
And that is, transparency is an issue with men.
Yeah.
It's a huge issue with men.
They like to find reason to call us nagging.
Yeah.
And we don't nag. We just want to know.
Women just want to know. If you, that's why I was saying, if you can just talk enough, women want to know. Other question. There is no question my wife. I can sit there and say I know everything, but there's no question my wife asks I don't have answer. There is no dream my wife dreamed I can't interpret. There is no prophecy or word from God my wife need I can give her, which I hardly do. But when my wife say, I just need to hear what God is saying, and we live in the same home. And sometimes God amazingly hide there, but I will minister some deep things to my wife that she never even discussed with somebody close to her. And she will look at me, she amazed. Because you have to put yourself together. When the problem about men, they don't know when you begin to put yourself together as a man, even God himself come down to help you.
Yes, so true. So true.
He come down to help you. The woman is nagging because she don't know enough.
That's it, yes.
The woman is talking because you know your role. Even me as a man of God, I take trash. I wash dishes. When I eat dinner, I wash dishes. I say sometimes I want to be lazy. I wash dishes. They don't change my name. You don't walk in my house, I get title and mantle on my head. I'm Daniel at home. Oh, I'm the king of this. I provide this. I don't walk around telling my neighbor I pay all the bills in the home, even that car right now. I don't want to buy it. You never know. Because some men do it. It don't change my title. I truly wash dishes. I take out the trash. Even when I'm running late, I'll bring the trash. I took out the trash last night before I went to work. And because I'm on live, I heard my wife just brought the empty trash can and put it back. We reciprocate. Where she meet me somewhere.
Yep.
And that's why women nag all the time. But then how do you know that it took a long time? I didn't just wake up one day and I have all this understanding. It took a long time. It took a lot of failed relationship. It took a lot of dead end relationship. It took a lot of pain. A lot of time women don't know men can be hurt too. You can be deeply hurt and sliced like a knife in your spirit. But it takes, I don't know, some men need counseling, some men need professional to help them. For me, the only way I will help was the presence of God. I'm going to end with this. The only way I was helped is the presence of God.
Amen. Amen.
I was open enough to tell God, I'm not qualified to do some things. But if you help me, I will do it better. I don't know how to manage money well. But if you put money in my hand, you don't have to worry about your daughter. I don't have patience. But if you help me, I can be patient with my wife. Even men, when it comes to intimacy and romance, we are too intense. My wife told me right away, said, don't grab me like that. Don't ever grab me like that. Don't ever. The first time my wife said, don't grab me like that. Be gentle with me. Don't grab me, you hold me, come here. You don't, because we African men will do it.
True, yeah.
So she told me the first time she said, don't ever grab me like that. And I understood her language. We need to understand the language. We need to create an atmosphere. Vice versa, we need to create an atmosphere where we grow. The reason why a lot of people are bumping here, the woman nagging, the man nagging, because we don't understand the language of the room. There's a language of the room. There's a language in marriage that both of you know that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Men, sit down and learn it. Women, sit down and learn this one. This one, I'm going to be hard on the women. Sit down and learn the language of the room. I can be in this room for 10 hours. My wife will not knock that door because she understands my language. She understands my season. I can lock myself up for 3 days in a row. The only thing that will put me out there is to use the restroom without food. My wife will knock this door. because she understand what I do.
Yeah.
And she's not coming here and say, oh, who get you talking to who this? She had the right because the office is not locked. She can open and check. If we understand each other, we thrive well.
Yep. Brother
I know I
Dan, I'm
Wow.
telling you, I don't know how many slingshot paper you got in that office right now. God, they don't send it to you. You are really
Woo!
taking your time to
My
open
cup
our
is
eyes to
full.
a lot of things. I really wish men will listen, and when they watch this video, they will try to understand and not be prideful. Because a lot of times they are vulnerable, but they will never want to show themselves. I'm the man.
I don't know why. I don't know
Who
why.
told you this?
And being vulnerable draws us closer to you.
We're ready to spoil you now for big
Yes,
business.
it draws us closer to you. Because we women, we are emotional beings.
Yeah.
So when you are emotional and you can show that you can take that masculinity away and be emotional and vulnerable, it brings us closer.
You know, I was just saying this yesterday. I said, how will a whole city get together to contact one woman to bring a mighty man down? Samson and Delilah. They look all over, but they find one woman who know how to do things and do it well. And amazingly, Samson wasn't intimate with her.
He wasn't.
A lot of people call different names. I say sometimes women, you really need to understand what Delilah know. How anointed and powerful something will pull the whole city gate up the mountain and dare someone to come. He will tear the lion into two. And the low skinny lady, people will say it's the grace for seduction. I say it's more than just seduction. It's more than just seduction. There's something on her that you need to carry.
Yeah.
If you can just be mellow, there's some things women can do. If you just calm down, there's some things women can do. I can shop, but in my house, you'll never know I'm there. People will walk in my living room and say, your husband? And say, yeah. I don't think so. Let me go check. I'll be right in the office. Very calm. Very peaceful. My home is very peaceful. If you walk in my living room, you sit down, start gossiping, I will step out of my office and kick you out. I think don't come here talking about people.
Yeah.
Gossip. I've driven people out of my home before. Because this is my safety net.
Yep.
Yeah.
Brother Dan, thank you so much. Thank you so much for just taking your time to come on here to shed light.
I was really worried. You know, I work since last night, you know. I was really worried. I worked 16 hours since last night. I got up at 3. I was really worried. I said, I wasn't going to do well, but
you have done well. Yeah. Listen, if the men will listen to this thing, you have done extremely well for some of them because some of them need it. But what they have not come to yet is the realization of what they need. And I hope they will listen. I really hope they will listen, find themselves, and help themselves. Because there are just too many women out there who needs a man and not a boy. Who needs a man who understands himself, knows himself, and is able to be the man that a woman needs.
You know, brother, then one thing you said that, you know, when you are broken from a relationship, then there's trust issue when you get into another relationship.
Yeah, there's trust issue. I had it for a long time. I think I had it for 10 straight years. Trust issue. I couldn't trust anybody. There's nothing you can tell me I will trust you. Nothing. I was too hurt.
You know, I asked you this question before. Why is it that men, they are not satisfied with just one partner?
You can be, they want to answer that part. They really can be giving slingshot. I believe, okay, from a man, I can only talk men about men because I'm qualified to talk in this area. I believe a lot of time it has everything to do with their experiential knowledge. Because where we grew up, a lot of us, our families practice polygamy. There are a lot of young men who saw their father cheating on their mom for a long time, bro. Some gonna lay get, bro, number 3, number 4. Thank God some of our parents didn't do that. But at the end of the day, people saw it as normal thing. Even though they are educated, they have traveled to Europe, traveled to the United States, it's just a normal thing. They seen it there. And sometimes the environment too causes it. They want to be cool, hard boy, that callous. So they just do it to the place where it destroyed them. I always tell men all the time, I say you can use protection, but you can't protect spirits.
That's it. Yes.
That's a deep one.
You can protect spirit. And this one right here, this mean one, is because men don't grow up. Some men need to grow up. Some men need to grow up. When you catch a vision, when you catch a passion, when the grace of God come upon you, like when you are in motion, when you are focused, you got a company, you got a career going, there's a high possibility. It's not every woman you can lay up with. It's not every woman. Me, I'm talking from men's perspective. Me, I'm talking about me. It came a time in my life, I decided, oh, like, bro, man, I can't do it. You're joking. You haven't been hurt enough. You haven't been broken enough. You haven't been lied to enough. You haven't been talked about enough to the place where you will go in the cave of Adullam and hide yourself for years. That women won't be your priority anymore until you come up when God have work on you. And sometimes, let me really tell you, sometimes some men need help. You need deliverance or you need to talk to a professional.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Because what happened, a lot of men, when you find a real woman, it challenge you. And so many men don't like that challenge. It's a growth challenge. It's not something to give you a headache. There are women who don't tolerate that. And you'll find out easily that's when they threat you, say, I don't want to be with you. And some women will start crying. You are already exposed. Then you threaten the woman. It's a growth challenge. A lot of men don't know how to be challenged. Internally, physically, spontaneously, to the place where they will find one young girl who don't ask them questions, who want to chill, who want to watch Netflix, who want to smoke hookah, who want to drink Hennessy, who want to come pick up and take to a movie, and that this. And because, there are priorities out there. But when you have grown enough, God have invested in you enough, there are things you struggle about again and again. You didn't get early in your life like me. When you get into marriage, I'm telling you, you will even ask God. Listen to me. I tell people all the time, it came to a place where I cry for holiness. Me, I cry. I sat down one day. My wife was right there. I cried to God. I said, this marriage, I won't destroy this marriage. Even you as a man of God, there's a time and era in your life that polygamous spirit can be following you yourself. No, today, I'm going to sleep with another woman. It takes the grace of God. And a lot of men don't know that. That thing, when they come behind, it's not because you plan it. It started from your father. It started from your uncles. It started from the ancestral spirit in your bloodline. If we have to go spiritual, we can dig deep. There's some men, they just do it. After they do it, their eyes open. Because the battles in your bloodline, I'm still answering this question. There are so many battles. The same thing that destroy your mother marriage, the same thing that destroy your father marriage is the same thing chasing you.
Yeah.
But we never truly sit down to correct that thing.
Yeah.
If men can truly sit down and ask their parents how the marriage break up, you'll find out the same thing that destroy your parents' marriage, the one destroying your marriage right now. The same dream they had, that mom and dad divorced. If you talk to them, it will be the same dream you had that bring that spirit.
Yeah.
So I tell men all the time, grow up. Some ex will come in back, you say, if me and you together, we're going to do better. That's a lie. That's why you're my ex.
That's why you're my ex.
That's a lie. That's why you're my ex. That's a lie. That's a lie. There's nothing you can give me then. That's the reason why a lot of men don't settle down, and it have so many factors. You know, you're working in a laboratory, you're in the medical field. It has so many psychological and psychosocial effect on men. Men need to sit down. Sometimes pay somebody to talk to them. Pay somebody. Sit down. Let it enter into your head. If you're a believer on the side of God, find a Bible believing church and sit down and grow. Let the Spirit of the Lord help you.
Yep.
Because I'm telling you, there are certain women you lay up where your life goes down automatically. I've experienced it in my life. Your life can be better. I'm telling you, my life was so better, but immediately I encountered this one person. My life went down. It took 6 years to put my life together.
Whoa.
It opened my eye.
Yep.
It opened my eye. There was no preacher, no deliverance minister could deliver me. Until I sat down, I told God, teach me the way. That's how I met my wife.
Wow.
If I answer the question.
Yes.
Yes,
So,
this is loaded.
Yeah.
This
Brother Dan, thank you so much. You have put a lot
Yes,
of
ma'am.
things to rest tonight. And I'm happy that you agreed to come on this show. But the men are also
yeah.
asking. They say, so
Yeah.
you're telling us what women want now. We need a woman to come on to tell us what men want. But you are also telling us what men want.
we're working on that. We're working on that.
We're working on that. Oh no, me, but I have a whole list of because me, I qualify in that area. Like I said, I've been a man all my life. I can tell you what a man want. I'm qualified in that era. And the next time we come online, we're going to talk about what a man want.
Okay,
I'm
Yes,
qualified. I
we
can
would
talk
like
about
to
that.
do
we're
that
gonna bring
because
another series. This
we'll
way
do
you're gonna
another
do
Yes.
both.
series and
You
we'll
will
do
do
what
both
a
series.
man wants.
The women
Yes.
part, when I ready to talk about y'all real to me now. Yeah, yes.
Yes, we will
Yeah,
have to come back
thank you so
for
much.
Brother
another
Ben,
series
thank
because this
you.
is so interesting and enjoyable. But time
Yes.
is fast spent. We don't want to exhaust our listeners and then they lose the
Mhm.
most important information that you gave us here tonight. So
Yeah.
we will hold on to this and we'll have our mouth wet again for when you come back and tell us what the men want. Because a lot of
Yes.
times
Yes.
some women, we ourselves need
Mhm.
education before we go into the
Mhm.
marriages or the relationships, you know.
Mhm.
And some of us don't understand, but we say we grown girls and we in there, but we're not learning. So we need that topic for them too, so we can come
Yeah,
and
they need
find
that
out
topic. Yeah, yes. Yes,
what
man.
men want
Because
and what women should do.
a lot of people who want to be in a relationship don't really take the time to study. They don't read books. They don't listen to webinar. They don't listen to podcasts. They don't invest. They don't inquire.
Yep.
So yeah,
They go by
we need to come out the next one.
they go by my friends say. My friend said it's
Yeah,
not
my
working
friends say,
anymore.
my auntie say, my feelings say. You know that how my mom do it, my pa didn't do it this way. You know.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
you
thank
are
you
different.
so
You are
much,
perfect.
Brother Dan, for this evening.
Yes, man. Yes, man. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank God. This is
It's
fabulous.
fabulous. Yes. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you so much, Brother Dan. You know, at the beginning when I introduced you, you know, from the moment I met you and you know, you've taken me under your wing as my spiritual mentor. You have changed the
I didn't know
trajectory of
that.
my life. No,
You just told me
seriously.
that. I never know that.
Yes, you have
Wow.
changed the trajectory of my life. And remember the
Wow.
very first broadcast that I listened from you, and I went to sleep, and the Holy Spirit visited me, and I woke
Oh,
up that night.
wow.
It was late that morning, and I had to message you to tell you what happened.
Wow. You see, now she
And
come and start making
I
me
just want
emotional.
to publicly thank you because no, seriously, you have changed my life spiritually, and I mean,
Wow. We bless
I have
God.
grown
This is God, though.
immensely.
This is God, though. This is God.
Yeah.
It can't be me. This is God. We are all learning.
So thank you
Thank you so
so
much.
much.
Thank you so much. Professor, doctor, thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Dan. Thank you so much. Our spirit has been lifted up tonight.
Oh
And
yeah.
we know that as you have lifted us up, all these other people who listen to us will be lifted up too. Because this is necessary. Everybody wants to be happy. But the key to happiness, half the time, is in your own hand. If you pay attention to the word of God, you're on the track. Then the
Yes.
things around you, he makes everything simple, but we don't listen. We just keep going, you know. So to not
Yeah.
further hold our people, because we can be here all night. I just love
Oh
the
no, we get.
conversation.
For me, man, I have a grace to talk. I can talk for 7 hours straight without drinking water.
and talking to a professor, you know I got a grace to talk, but we're
Yeah, you
not
got a
going
grace
to
to
wear
talk.
our
Yeah,
people out.
yeah. All right.
So
Thank you so much.
we will stop here, but we are waiting for what a man wants.
Yes.
We are
Yeah.
That will be
waiting
part 2.
for you to
That
come
one part,
back.
I have a whole book on there. You know,
Yes,
I'm willing to
please,
launch that book. I have
please.
a whole book on there. All
I
right.
have a
All right.
husband on here who's sending a lot of shout out to his wife. He says, shout out to my wife. Let me celebrate her. Thank you, Brother Dan. Brother Dan, that's what you're doing now. All the men know we're celebrating the women. We are excited. We are excited.
All right, doctor. All right, let
But
me leave you on your
women
people.
want to know that we want
Uh,
to know that we
all
are
right, bye-bye.
attracted to our mate.
Thank you, Brother Dan.
And we sending us
Ooh.
compliments, giving us compliments, letting us know. You know?
Well, I can tell you right now, it doesn't matter what you've been going through. The time is now. It
Yes.
is fabulous. Thank you
Yes.
for watching with us this evening. Hopefully, you learn a thing or two today. There is no pride to saying, I don't know. Because our people say, a closed mouth never gets fed.
Never gets fed.
If you open your mouth, you will get fed. So tonight, we have heard, if this broadcast ministered to you, share with somebody else who was not on the line. It's live, so it will always be in the cloud. Listen to it, tell somebody about it, so that they too can tell somebody else. So all our lives can be changed to the glory of God. You know the devil is after marriages, but you have to start a relationship to get to marriage. So if you don't understand the terms and conditions that are not written down in black and white, you're only looking for your own trouble. So have a good evening, and thank you for listening tonight.
Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.